Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to plant the flower seeds in the dwarf orchard. Not all of these plants are for the dwarf orchard. These seeds are Patriot red, white, and blue cornflower. That's a 1/4 pound of seed right there. We're going to plant that towards the inside along the wall, and towards the outside we're going to plant wave petunias. These are wave petunias right here, but I have seed on order. It's just taken them forever to get it here. I can't remember the name of the place. This is the first time I bought them from them. But I ordered 100 seeds of wave petunia, pushing 2 weeks ago, and they're still not here. We'll get these in the ground, and these are going in there as well. We're kind of trying to mimic a basket with the draconia, doing the tall stuff, and then like wave petunias hopefully going over the edge. And then in the corner we have 3 big 10-inch pots, and we're going to put these 3 10-inch hanging baskets. We're going to pop those out of there and put them in those pots. And then that will be it for this year. And next year and future years, we're just not going to have enough room to have flowers along the edge here. Last year we had them going nearly up to the trees and actually in between the trees because we didn't need to get at the trees. But this year I'll have to get at the trees, so we're only going to go out about 2 feet. We're going to plant the wave petunia right along the edge, and then the next, 1.5 feet or so is where the red, white, and blue ones are going. So, look at the little cherry tree. It's full of flowers. We'll take a quick look at the trees. A lot of them have flower buds that are ready to go. I guess they've been waiting for this cold weather to be done. But for now, I'm going to get in here with the rake and rake this all up. I dug it up, turned it over, amended it, all that stuff a couple weeks ago before the cold snap. So now we can get this raked up and get those seeds tossed. Those seeds will just get tossed on the surface and stepped in. They're not going to be raked in. Okay, now I need to mix this with something. You need to extend your seed. If you toss it like it is, this is solid seed in here, you're going to get thousands of seeds in one spot. So I want to mix this with something. I don't think I have any sand here. So maybe I'll mix it with perlite. I'm going to have to go look and see if I got some sand somewhere. I usually have a bag of sand. So we'll go look for that. Once I spread this, I'm going to spread it at a certain rate. Whatever's left is going to go into the front ditch garden. This is way too many seeds for the area that I'm doing, but they're so cheap. This is a quarter pound, and I believe it was probably like $10. And if you get a packet, you know, those are a couple dollars, and they don't have anywhere near as many seeds. So let me go look for that, and then once we get these tossed, we'll add some soil and amend it and get these into pots and put them out there. I don't think we're going to have any more freezing this year, but if we do, I can bring that stuff in. The other stuff is basically on its own from here on in, once we get these planted in there. Okay, let me look for that sand. Okay, no sand, but we have perlite. Anything that's going to mix up the seed so you're not throwing pure seed. I think I'll maybe fill this about halfway, and then we're going to go through and one toss. Good thing about perlite is it's real easy to see, so you can see how much and how far you're spreading it. Sand, it's a little bit harder. One of the problems with perlite is that it's so light, and in some weather it blows away, but this is pretty damp, and this is horticultural perlite, so it's bigger and chunkier. Okay, so I'm going to put a little perlite in, a little seed, go back and forth until I'm about halfway, and then we'll go spread some seed. Okay, take a look at these seeds. They look like, I don't know, like little darts or something. Pretty cool. And the perlite is going to help aerate the garden. A little bit of perlite never hurts. Wow. That was unfortunate. These bags used to have American Meadows printed on the side of the bag, and I used to have, oh, probably 50 of them stapled up to the inside of the door on what is now the tiny house, but they don't have it anymore. Okay, that is a lot of seed. Let's go toss this stuff. I want to get very close to the edge. Hopefully, my zinnias, whenever the seeds get here, hopefully they come up at about the same time so they don't get all crowded out. But I can't wait for them seeds any longer. Yeah, this is working out really well. And then next year, this perlite will get tilled in. Yeah, I can see the seeds, and the spacing is really good. It's definitely going to be a cluster of flowers. Red, white, and blue. Hopefully it blooms by 4th of July. I believe I mentioned we have one more nice sunny day and then 4 days of rain, constant rain, and you definitely want to get your seeds in the ground for that. 4 days of nice warm rain. It's going to rain and be in the 60s and 70s. So you don't want to miss out on that, and get your seeds in the ground after that. As much as plants like to be watered, they like rain way better than the stuff out of the hose. And we don't have chlorine or anything here, but it still holds true. They really like rain as opposed to water out of the hose. All right, we have a fair amount left. I'm gonna go toss this in the ditch garden, and then we'll get back and plant these pots right here. Okay, this perlite was frozen, so my hand is freezing. Cold's gone now though. This piece of plastic, I'm not sure if you'll see it or not. Now you can. That is compostable. I think it's from coffee, from a K-cup. I guess it's compostable, but we've had that stuff in gardens for years and didn't seem like it was doing much of anything. Plastic degrades regardless, So I don't know if that's even worth it or not. There we go. Beautiful. All right. I think we'll bring that potted stuff up here and do it up here so we don't make a mess down there. This soil right here, this potting mix, I was gonna get some moisture retention stuff, and this stuff had the exact same ingredients and it's twice as much for half the price. The only thing it didn't have was what it called a wetting agent, but I'm sure that that's just a surfactant, and I have plenty of that. Yeah, I don't see where it says it, but most of these are just peat moss and maybe a little bit of compost. Complete and ready to use, peat based. Yep. Okay. Yeah, almost all of them are nearly 100% peat. All right, let's get it filled to, maybe halfway, and then we'll try the plant in there and see how it does. I don't want the plant higher than like right here. Otherwise, if you try to water it, it just goes over the side. You want something to catch the water. All right, let's go get plant number 1. I used to have a greenhouse where I could do this stuff, but the wood shop is where the greenhouse used to be. Yeah, this is really nice stuff. Twice the amount for half the price. And I believe it was like Master Gardener, which is probably the Menards brand. Okay, I'm gonna test that plant. Kind of cramped for room here. I know these things have like a release mechanism, but easier to just cut them off. Yep, that's about perfect. Now I gotta lift this up and fill in around the edges and give it a good water, and number one will be done. Yeah, I would really like to set up the greenhouse again, but the one I have is way larger than what I need. I'm wondering if I can put it up, just part of it, if I can get the cover to work. It's a Shelter Logic greenhouse. I'll have to contact them and see if they maybe have smaller covers, or if I can just cut the cover in half and glue it back together. If they make a really good glue like that. Get this nice and tight in there. And for those of you who are wondering, this is a fuchsia. White eyes fuchsia. I was going to get all wave petunias, but we got so many of them going in the regular garden that it'll be nice to have some variety in these potted plants. Move her off the wall. And give her a good watering. Okay. And we'll go put this in place and I'll move on to the next one. We'll water this one over there. These things get really heavy. And lastly, a wave petunia. Yeah. Got a little bit of a leak in the seal here. I'll have to show you how you fix that in a different video. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for today. I still have them draconia spikes to plant, but our last day of frost is still 3 weeks away. So, I mean, the 10-day forecast looks just fine, looks real good. I really need to get seeds in the ground, and I can plant those because I can move those in the house if we get a freeze. But if I plant anything in the ground yet, I may be sorry. So what I generally do is wait until about 10 days from the last freeze date, which is the middle of next month. So about the first week of next month, in 2 weeks, I'll check the forecast, and if it doesn't look like there's going to be a frost, then I'll plant them. I could cover them, but there's quite a few of them, and I would need a bunch of buckets for that. And I generally don't have a whole bunch of buckets available. I have a whole bunch of buckets, but they generally got something in them. Okay, so that's going to wrap this up. I may do a short on planting the wave petunia seeds, or possibly not, and we'll just show them when they come up. There's going to be a lot of work going on in this dwarf orchard this summer. I got to get that path in here, or a couple paths, and mark out for the trees and plant buffalo grass in here. So good amount of stuff to happen in this garden. So if you want to see any of that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.